Hello and welcome to my mini workshop on how to incorporate technology into your classrooms, well, your Sunday school classrooms. Today we're going to learn how to use Prezi to create a digital storybook, something I've named a Prezi book. I felt this was an appropriate topic since each of you use the Bible in every lesson, which is full of stories that you will now be able to turn digital. And hopefully you can add some pizzazz to your lessons and gain the attention of your students. So before we get started, I would like for you to watch this short video about the 7 elements of a digital story.
Joe Lambert from the Center for Digital Storytelling recommends using these elements to tell more effective digital stories. Point of view. Can you answer these questions? What is the point of the story? Who am I telling the story to? Why am I telling the story now? You bring the value of your own personal experience and a unique point of view to the story. Dramatic question. Good stories grab and connect with you by employing a question that needs to be answered. Will boy meet girl? Will Luke Skywalker save the day? The question may be obvious or subtle, and it may or may not be resolved by the end. Think of popular movies that kept your attention to the end by using a powerful dramatic question. Emotional content. Research has shown that emotion enhances knowledge and understanding. Include emotions like desire, revelation, humor, crisis, lessons learned, and redemption. This is part of our human experience that we can all identify with and relate to. We connect to emotions. Voice. This is a chance for the storyteller to give us something deeper than what the written words imply. The inflection of our voice brings the emotion forward. This can be a difficult part of the process. People don't like to hear the sound of their own voice. But your voice is a great gift, and we appreciate it when you share it. Soundtrack. Music and sound effects can add another layer of meaning to your story. Think of popular film and how the soundtrack affects you. Your soundtrack should complement the story and not distract from it. So you should avoid using vocal songs during your narration. Here's a tip. You could ask a friend to create a song, or you could try using GarageBand to make your own soundtrack. It's easier than you think. Pacing. As viewers, we need time to absorb and process the information we've been presented. You can use blank space for dramatic effect by fading to black, or change up the pace by how long images stay on the screen. Always keep your viewers in mind. Remember, changes in pace will convey meaning and keep attention. Economy. If a picture tells 1,000 words, then these few pictures should save you at least a few hundred. You don't have to be literal with every image. They can be symbolic. You can use a few images and give them zooms, pans, and other effects to add to their meaning. Sometimes, you don't have to say it verbally if the picture says it for you. Conversely, sometimes you don't have to show an image if the words are conveying your message compellingly. Note, digital stories are generally short, just 2 to 4 minutes. The limited length serves 2 purposes. It makes it manageable to complete in a short time, and it keeps your viewers' attention and engagement. And that's the 7 elements of digital storytelling in 4 minutes.
First, we're going to watch an example of a Prezi book I've created. My Prezi book example is on the 3 Little Pigs. So there are 2 ways that you can view a Prezi. Let's see. The first way is manually. Do the click through. Once upon a time there were 3 little pigs. Each little pig built themselves a house, one of straw, one of sticks, and one of bricks. There was also a big bad wolf who lived in the same forest and loved to snack on little pigs. The wolf came to the first house and said, "Let me in." But the pig replied, "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." So the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down. Then the wolf came to the second house and said, "Let me in." But the pig said, "Not by the hairs of our chinny chin chins." So the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down. Finally, the wolf came to the third house, and he said, "Let me in." But the pig said, "Not by the hair of our chinny chin chins." So the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, but he couldn't blow the house down. The wolf was so hungry, he decided he would get the pigs by climbing in through the chimney. But little did he know, the pigs were prepared with a kettle pot. So when the wolf splashed in, the pigs closed the lid, and that was the end of the wolf. The end. The other way to view this Prezi would be by a timed autoplay. Of course, you would have to measure how fast your readers are and set it so that your slowest reader would be able to have enough time to read each bubble adequately. There it goes on its own. Now we're going to examine the options in Prezi. So let's take a look inside the website Prezi. So when you go to the website, you're going to see this screen. You're going to click on Get Started. There's a couple different options, but obviously we're going to choose the free one. All you need is your name, email, and a password. So once you're logged on, we're going to go to create a new Prezi. Then you're going to choose a template. I'm going to pick this one. You could also do a blank presentation and create your own. But I'm going to pick this one. You can add a title to go to the next slide per se. You click over here on this panel. You can insert images, either your own from your computer or just like you would search in Google. They've got symbols and shapes from all different kinds of categories over here. You can insert a YouTube video, you embed it, just add the link right there. You can customize the layout of each slide, kind of like PowerPoint. You can add arrows, lines, highlight it, you can add background music, and you can even voice over. And then, of course, you can customize the background with your own photos or all kinds of other neat things over here. Finally, we're going to construct a Prezi book on the story of Noah. To make this go a little quicker, I've already compiled the images I would like to use for the story. And I've also found the wording that I would like to use. Obviously, you can change the wording to be as simple or as complex according to the audience. your group of students that you're teaching. So let's go back to Prezi. And open up a new presentation. Then we'll get to choose our theme. I think I want to use this one. And from here, it's just going to be a lot of copying and pasting. Write the title out. Oops. There we go. And I want to add a little image to go along with it. This one's good. Put that right up in the corner, and you can send the picture behind. And there you go, you got a nice little title with a photo. Draw the attention of your readers. Alright, so over here on the sidebar, we click on 2 to go to our next slide. This is going to make the text too big, so I'm just going to get rid of it. So right here is where we're going to put our first line of our story. That I'm going to copy from my Word document that I've already created. Paste it in there. I'm going to center it all so it looks nice. Make it a little smaller and stretch it out. And then I'm going to move it up to the top here. So there came a time when there was only one good man in all the world, and his name was Noah. Everyone else was bad. God wanted to start over fresh. Alright, so it's pretty simplified. I'm going to select the images over here from what I've already compiled. Photo number 1, picture of Noah, and there you have it. Over here on the side, we're going to go to the next slide. Again, get rid of this top thing, the title, and go on to our next sentence. Paste, center, and move it up there. And choose our next image, number 2. There we go, perfect. And you don't have to have it pre-made. You can do it on the go. You can word it your own way, however you want to do it. Possibilities are endless. There's my animals 2x2. Make sure those are big enough for everyone to see. It's really easy. That's why I like using this so much. Add my picture of rain. There we go. might even be fun to have your kids make one of these with you. They can tell you the story, pick the pictures. It'd be a great assessment for your students. Now, this theme doesn't have enough brackets for me, so we're going to add one, which is this top part right up here, and we can move it wherever we want. So I'll leave that one there. Move my, oops, make it bigger, move my bracket down here. There you go. We might have to cut that out of there. There we go. There we go. Almost done here. You also have all kinds of options with the pictures you choose. You can make them all cartoons if your kids are younger. They might relate better to that. One more bracket here. Oh, I'm going to back up a little. Where did it hide? There it is. Zoom in, get a hold of my bracket here, make it bigger. There we go. And our final sentence here. I could just make the bracket bigger and make this a little smaller. There we go. And then we'll add our final picture here. Then finally, over here, your last bracket takes you right back to the beginning. So we're going to go up here to the top. You have many different options of sharing your Prezi, whether on Facebook, you can turn it into a PDF, you can get a link, put it anywhere you want. We're just going to hit present here. Alright, full screen, and we know we can do the click through, or we can time it. Let's time it for 10 seconds. Play through here, Noah's Ark. Love that picture on the top. I think the kids would love that. Alright, there came a time when there was only one good man in all the world, and his name was Noah. Everybody else was bad. God wanted to start over fresh. So he told Noah to build an ark, and Noah did. God told Noah to fill the animals, 2 of every kind, and Noah did. Noah and his family went aboard too. Then God made the rain come down. It rained and rained until there was a great flood that covered the world. Only those who were in the ark were safe and dry. Everybody else was drowned. Then God made the sun shine and dry up the rain. Everyone in the ark came out. Noah said, "Look, God has sent us a sign in the sky. It means that he will never flood the world again." The sign in the sky was the very first rainbow. There you go. Does anybody have any questions? No? Well, thank you for attending this workshop. I hope you're able to use the information to better your classrooms. If you have any questions, please send me an email. You have my contact information in your workshop packets.